Yes, thank you very much. We are here on a Saturday afternoon. We've just enjoyed 2 amazing hours with Spud Frawley, and what an incredible time we had with him, and amazing journey through his broadcasting career. Now we swing into footy mode for McDonald's, and by the way, the Monopoly game at Macca's is back and bigger than ever. Visit maccasplay.com.au for full terms. The Cats brilliant last night, and it's time to welcome into this studio Bill Brownless.
G'day, Jim.
And Duck wandering in.
Brian, and hang on, Duck, hold your powder. And Damo. But Duck and I were just sitting back and certainly listening to it in the car, and then that last half hour here. That was magnificent, boys. Very, very well done. You got the band back together, and love listening to that.
Absolutely. Very emotional,
Yep.
Great tribute. Loved every bit of it. And I know plenty of people that were tuning in.
When you
listen to that.
hear his stuff back to back like you did then, it's amazing amount of work, isn't it?
Just the laugh, the
quality.
energy,
Yeah.
and the mayo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of people that I've had come up to me and say that stuff was the funniest radio they have ever heard. It is seriously good.
It is actually a great tribute to Spud, Damo, that you can put 2 hours of that quality together. I mean, there aren't many people that you could say,
No.
well, let's jam all their best stuff together and we'll get 2 hours out of it. I mean, it's just amazing.
Jim, you were part of the editing process prior to it being determined what we actually used, and there was at least another 3 to 4 hours of material that would have stood up in that same environment.
Oh, just the mayo. I love it.
No.
He had his own mayo factory.
He did. No, it was wonderful. Hey, let's swing our focus on to
yes,
the
please.
game last night. Fat has...
Yes,
geez,
Jimmy.
we've had a couple of different versions of Fat Saturday Rubber last week.
Oh, Jimmy, we're up and about.
As to use one of Spud's hackneyed phrases, you walked under the door last week.
I did.
Now, have a look at him.
And have you ever actually watched a game with Bill when the Cats are playing
No, I refuse to.
at a local establishment?
I refuse to.
He's like a real nuff-nuff.
Of course he is.
Real nuffy.
Should have seen me last night in the box giving it to the West Coast. You know what? It was the
Real
old
nuffy.
5-minute tester. You know, with the Cats early on. Last week, they were 3 goals down in the first 10 minutes. Last night, they were 3 goals up at the 5-minute. Game over.
The Nuffy element kicked in last night, Bill, before the game. I saw you down somewhere near the ground itself ringing a bell.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well, this is a great
You ring
tradition.
the bell.
Damien, it's a great tradition that Geelong have had for the last year. Where a past player goes down and rings the bell and it fires the player.
How many times have you rang the bell?
That's the first time. They use a different past player every week. Cameron Mooney did it last week. He didn't get into it this week. And I had to walk past the
Are
cheer
you
squad.
there a special reason now?
Well, I
you
think
got
so.
them a finals
I
win,
did.
which
I
hasn't
think
happened
that
a lot, Bill.
Well, I didn't want to say that.
Was it a
but it's
semi-final
obvious.
which game was it where you kicked the goal after the siren? Was that a semi going into a
qualifying.
prelim? Was it? Okay.
I think
Yeah,
you've
need to
become
go
a bit
there.
like a toy.
Yeah, but
Certainly don't need to go there.
the old bell ringer. But you knew straight away, didn't you? They were on last
Yes.
night, and Big Hawk, I tell you what, he was aggressive, of course, and we'll talk about that later. It was a good win by him, because if they lost,
Oh,
Well, they were out, Bill.
I know
that's the end of the season.
And so was don't you, dickheads.
Pretty
Let me,
obvious. Yeah.
let me finish, Duck. And don't hit me and think you're actually funny with that stupid comment.
That's what Spud does all that sort of thing. He whacks you.
Wax,
and
I know. But
he cuts you off mid-sentence.
but I'm telling you, if they lost last night,
They were out.
oh, good one, Duck. But no, you flog. They don't worry, everyone would have come for the coach. Chris Scott would have been under the pump this morning, and the players.
Well, they could have used one of Spud's gags and put a pump above his head.
Yeah, he would have.
The only confusing piece of the puzzle last night was Blixarve's lining up on the wing.
Yeah.
Now, look, he's a very good player, B&F winner in different positions. I think his best position is down back, but they figured he'd be better on the
Where
wing.
he started, Doug.
And he
started on the wing.
Yeah, I
when
know.
he first
yeah,
stepped into the
I
team.
know.
Yeah.
I did the game. And
Just saying, Doug, he went back to
yeah,
his first
hates being
year
told
of football.
anything.
and the third, and
That's
the,
where he started,
And the third, yeah, I know, but he didn't do it. I didn't think he did it real well when he first started. And it was on a guy that was is an actual wingman, Gaff. And in that third term, he got lost.
Hard to.
He got absolutely lost. 2 goals.
Get a word in today.
Oh, I know.
doesn't he?
Did you know Gaff
Oh,
had
here
never
we go
kicked
again.
Gaff had
What
never
are you
kicked-
on?
He'd never kicked a goal.
You been to bed?
He'd never kicked a Bill. You are
Well, you
a
are in.
dingbat.
You are
stop
in your.
chatting.
You're the only one.
You are in your undies,
The only-
virtually.
You got your jammies on walked in.
You know what? You know what the thing about this show
listen
is?
to Duck.
Oh, yeah.
Hell,
If
yeah.
you
here
come,
he goes.
you get up early in the morning, you go to the gym, right, and you come in here, and if you're feeling good and you've been active and everything else, then you're you're a flog.
Yes.
And if you come in here and you're a bit overweight or you've gone and had a few beers like Bill last night at the Bot, then,
Duck,
Duck, look at Duck's
but
up
Duck,
there. You can't win.
just slow down.
What do you
But
want me to do?
Shut up.
Not many people
take a
wear
breath.
their active wear to work. All right,
Well, I
not
would-
many people do that.
I would hate to see you in your activewear. I would. That would not be a good sight.
Just one thing. Is there any reason why you won't sit down today? You're standing up, you're in your active, and
active
you're standing up as if you want us to see that.
Yeah.
Like you
I
can
want to
sit
see your
down,
muscles.
tuck your legs under the bench.
Sit down, you
and,
flog.
Unlike you,
put your
BT,
guns away
I have.
and put a loose shirt on for a change.
I actually get a lower back. I stiffen up.
Oh,
So I like to get up. I've got a sore neck. I like to keep.
I'll tell you
active,
what,
Bill.
but you're all over the teams, and with Brisbane, you noted that Robertson come in and Robinson went out. He was all over that one.
yeah.
Same name, same
No,
name.
not similar. I said, Bill. Not
But
same.
you're all over
Selling.
Which was the question I posed to David Noble.
I wondered why we went with it again.
No, that's I wondered too, to be
Anyway,
honest.
you know what? You're going to get a clip.
Oh,
Oh boy, yeah.
I'd love to see that. Look at Bill.
Actually, I would
He
say-
just,
As soon as
get-
Duck threatens it, Bill just evaporates.
They're shaping up, and he'll get down there on Clarendon Street, Duck, and he'll sort of look to the right as he goes out the sliding door, look to the left, and go,
Where's the most
who
people?
can I impress?
Where's the most people? Which
As
way?
I go and jump on my scooter.
Oh, Scooter. You idiot.